Hello, everyone. This is Elena Kingethi. I am the proud owner and CEO of EK Management and Associates. And today is September 7th, 18. I'm so excited. Like, for one, I'm excited because I'm doing this video and it's a Friday and I don't have any makeup on. No makeup or any issues, all of that. So anyway, this is what it is today. Hey Elliot. Hey Elliot. So show is freezing. You're freezing. Where are you located at, Mr. Elliot? Minnesota. Oh, so this is what's so crazy about me. Anytime anybody says any city or state, I automatically think about freight. Like, that's how intertwined I am with freight stuff. When you said Minnesota, my mind really didn't go to the climate. My mind went to, oh, Minnesota has good rates coming out. So yeah, you're right. It's huge for trucking. The thing about Minnesota is the rates are really good in Minnesota. A lot of people don't like going to Minnesota, especially the top part, because oh, St. Cloud. Yep, St. Cloud's a good area. A lot of people don't like going to Minnesota, especially the top part, because they think they're going to get stuck. But right now, the rates are good in Minnesota. I love sending my guys to Minnesota. We're in Kansas City, and so Kansas City has good rates coming in or out. I tell everyone, you come into Kansas City, you're going to get good rates. You go out of Kansas City, you're going to get good rates. And the key to trucking, when you actually have trucks themselves, is going in and out of a good area. So if you can go from Kansas City to Minnesota and get a good rate, then you can come back from Minnesota to Kansas City and get a good rate. Indiana does the same thing. Indiana is good. Come out of Kansas City, you'll get a good rate. Coming back in, you'll get a good rate. So yeah. You said, Rich, you said, Elliot, you said, I just have trouble finding one independent operator. You need an owner operator? Is that what you need? Or when you say independent operator, what do you mean? Hey, Miss D. Hi, honey. Hi. You said, Miss Elliott said, I just have trouble finding one independent operator. So you need an owner operator. Okay. That's funny you said that. I was going to talk about this session was going to be about trucking and running a trucking company and things like that. So how many trucks do you have right now? Oh, are you a dispatcher? You're a dispatcher and you're looking for an owner operator. I feel like I'm on Jeopardy or some type of talk show instead of just letting you type your situation out. I'm like trying to figure it out and guess it. But go ahead. Tell me, like, what are you doing? You're trying to become a dispatcher. Okay. And so you're having trouble finding an independent owner operator. Well, for one, you say you're trying to become a dispatcher. Are you a dispatcher or are you trying to become one? Because there's a difference. So first we have to figure that out. And then from there, you can figure out how to go about getting that owner op. If you're an owner, if you're a dispatcher, then you have your business set up, your LLC set up, your EIN number, everything set up, you have your marketing information, your website, all of that stuff. You got all your paperwork in order, all your legalities in order, all of those things. So let me see. So that would be the thing, and of course that has to do with training, if you got your training down and all of that. So that's your first step. And then once you do that, you'll find one. There are guys and women opening trucking companies every day. So many people are going into trucking, so it's you think that it's hard to find an owner op, but once you get into it, it's not really. It's all about what you put into it. And it's any sales position, like I always say, any entrepreneurship journey, you know, you have to be able to have that sales, that footwork, that, you know, investment, that I got my training. Now let me go out here and find somebody. And where there's a will, like, I'm so serious. In this business, it's so true. Where there's a will, there is like a way. I was told by Kim Hackett I didn't need an LLC. She's on YouTube. I don't know who Kim Hackett is. And I'm probably giving away too much of my training information. If you're going to do business if you're going to do any type of business, you know, you have any type of business established, you need to have an LLC incorporate. Okay, so you don't want to do business under a sole proprietorship. You don't want to do business under your social security number or your name, because if something ever happens, people can come back to you. Your LLC, your incorporation, they protect you as a person. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, yeah, you can probably go under your social security number and act as an independent, you know, contractor. You know what I'm saying? That's probably okay to do. Just for me, I've always done business under a business, you know, a legitimate LLC business, a legitimate incorporated business account, business tax ID, all of that type of stuff. I don't want any of my personal running together with my business at all. That's just, you know, everybody has their opinions and things like that. So anyway, Miss D, awesome. Miss D, I enjoyed our email communication back and forward today, and I can't wait to see you in Dallas, Texas. I'm so excited about our Dallas, Texas. I'm excited about our complete tour. You know, Atlanta, Georgia, we've had some really good response so far about our tour. And if you don't know, so what Tour Elena is basically my team and I have decided to go through different cities sporadically and give truck training. The training will consist of freight agent training, freight broker training, independent dispatcher training, truck ownership training. And I promise you, I promise, you'll never get any training like this for the price that I'm doing it for, you know. I'm not being picky about what I'm training. I'm just putting it out there, passing out the books, you know, and that's it, you know, going to the different cities and just putting the knowledge out there and the education out there. I'm doing one big class. Like when I say big class, not big as in numbers, you know, I don't want any more than 10 or 15 people in a class, period, point blank. If that means I have to come back to a city, that means I have to come back. I don't want a lot of people in the class because I want everyone to feel comfortable. I want questions to be answered, all those type of things. But the thing is that it will be, when I say one big class, meaning that I'm sorry, my phone keeps going off and I'm looking at it, but it will be on independent dispatching. It'll be on dispatching. It'll be on freight agent, freight brokering, along with truck ownership. Like all of that is kind of going to be taught within itself, you know, in the class. So whatever avenue you're looking at going in trucking, don't worry about it. I promise you, enroll in class, you'll be okay. You know, the sessions, there'll be evening sessions and morning sessions. Because I realize you have to keep things flexible. You know, you never know when people work, when people don't work. The cities, Orlando, Florida is shut down. We are at capacity in Orlando. We're so excited. We'll be going to Orlando. Really excited about Orlando next week. Atlanta, Georgia comes up after that. September 17th, we'll be in Atlanta to the 21st. And then after that, let me see. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my little calendar out because Lord knows I forget stuff. September. Right now, the next class we're booking for after Atlanta is actually Dallas, which will be October 1st, going into October 5th. Those are the two classes we're booking for right now. So if you didn't hear your city, chances are we kind of got booked up because I'm looking right now at Ashley's email. So September 17th through the 21st, Atlanta, Georgia. And then October 1st through October 5th, Dallas, Texas. And then the week after that, October 8th through the 12th, we'll be in California, Stockton, California. So anyway, does anyone have any questions about anything right now? I called this section Hello Freight World. It's Friday. The rates are so good right now in trucking. I think I even said the last video that I did that, this is like a good time to get in trucking. Like the rates are so incredibly good right now. And then it slows down, right now, a lot of your produce is about to start moving. Anytime you have a holiday, you figure about 2 or 3 months before the holiday, that's when freight is moving. So Christmas stuff is moving, Thanksgiving things are moving, all that holiday freight, all the things that we go in the store as consumers to purchase and buy, they're being moved out of manufacturers and distribution centers right now. It's amazing, like how the world of freight just is like the logistical backbone of the economy. You can tell how the economy is going based on the trucks that are on the highway. You can tell if things are being built based on the trucks on the highway. If you see flatbeds moving, flatbeds are the trailers with no side to them. They're just open. You see those moving. You see a lot of wood moving, a lot of concrete moving. Development is happening. You see a lot of refrigerated things moving, refrigerated freight, meaning temperature controlled. You see a lot of food and things like that moving. Nursery is another season that comes. When you get into the freight world, you start learning the seasons and you start kind of knowing what's happening when things. Am I a broker as well? I started off in this industry, actually, Mr. Rich, as a broker in 2008. I came in as a broker. I opened my own brokerage in 2008, or not my own. A guy hired me to open up his brokerage and start, and I learned brokering. I did brokering from 2008 till about 2014. And in 2014, I actually stopped brokering and I started opening brokerages for other companies. And I started doing training and things like that. I opened my company, EK Management, where I manage companies and I do a lot of training. And then a couple years ago, I started getting into the truck side of things. So now I run a trucking company. I run drivers, a trucking company, and I manage people's trucks. I help people get their trucking companies open. We're actually the only company in the industry that does what we do. I have a lot of people that say, I want to make money in trucking and I don't know how to do it, or I don't know how to run my truck and this and that. And so we help them get the truck going, get your DOT number, your authority, everything that you need. Then we take you through training, show you all that you need, your safety, your compliance training, everything you need to know how to run that trucking company and make sure that it does what it's supposed to do, which is produce money. If you own a trucking company, you have to have, the DOT is very strict. You have to have your drivers in place. You got to have record keeping in place. So we do all of that for our companies, and then at the end, some people say, hey, you know what? We want you to dispatch for us. We want you to manage our whole entire company. And those we call our elite owners, and we begin to dispatch them and we do the whole management operation for them. So to answer your question, I don't broker right now. I train brokers and I help people open up brokerages. I brokered for so many years, and I really, like when I say I'm in love with what I do right now, I am so in love with it. Okay, how much does an LLC cost? It depends on what state you're in. Every state charges different for an LLC. We set up LLCs. We set up full company packages, full marketing packages, all those type of things. An email, we can run you a quote on what we do. Our packages, they include a new business setup, includes like your marketing, your website. Let me see, your website, your marketing material, your LLC, your EIN number, your state ID number. Like we do the whole initial company setup. And the pricing depends on if you need an MC number, if you don't need an MC number or a DOT number. So just shoot us an email and I'll put the email right here, Tour Elena at theekm.com, and we can give you a quote. Otherwise, just go probably to your Secretary of State and you can see how much an LLC is and how difficult it is for you to open it yourself. Some states it's not as difficult. Some states are. Also, we do your operating agreement because you want to make sure you have an operating agreement. You want to make sure you have all your ducks in a row legally. House of Prayer. I love that name. I like to get into dispatch, but do I get clients? Do you get clients? I would hope so. I would hope so. If you're saying you want to, our dispatching class, we teach you how to get clients. I purposely don't give anybody clients. I don't give anybody shippers. I don't sell shippers to anyone. I don't sell clients to anyone. We teach you. Do I have clients to give away? Yeah, sure. Do I have shippers? Yeah, sure. But no one ever gave me anything, and I'm not giving anybody anything. Part of this business that you learn to appreciate is the grind. If you grind for that client and you finally get that client, you're going to do whatever you can to hold on to that client. You know what I'm saying? And if I give you a client today and you lose it, how are you going to get your next client? So our whole training, I come from a very strong sales background. And so I'm a firm believer in sales. All of my classes, I teach a lot on sales. I teach overcoming objections, getting out there, meeting people, getting to the people. Like, I'm huge on sales. And any entrepreneurship venture that you take, you have to be able to have a sales team. You have to be able to be that sales team. You have to sell your business if nobody else can sell it. You have to go out there and get your new clients. No one else can. Chuck Garrett, how about a Philly or New Jersey tour? How about a Philly or New Jersey tour? I would love a Philly. I would love an East Coast. The thing is, I don't really get, I've had a couple people suggest, East Coast. I just would have to have somebody to sign up, tell me where you at, where you want me to come to. If you want me to do a tour there, then you sign up, and we'll go ahead and make it happen. That's just kind of how I do things. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I get one person, then okay, we can come. Give me one person. I get one person to pay, then I can build from there. Then I see, okay, there's a want and there's a need, So as far as a Philly, New Jersey tour or something like that, I would just have to have somebody say, okay, Elena, come on to Jersey and I'm going to sign up for your Jersey class. All right, let me get my team. Let us go ahead and get Jersey underway and market toward the East Coast, and we can do it. That's just kind of how I do things. Okay. Where do you get clients from, Miss House of Prayer? House of Prayer, go to take a training class and then train, and they'll show you exactly how to get your clients. Even if you don't take our class, take a dispatch training class, and they should tell you how to go about getting clients, how to build your dispatching company, how to do everything that you need to do. At this point, are there any other questions right now? I do these live sessions so I can just answer any questions when I have, some time in the day and things like that. Okay, so again, we have our Tour Elena tour. Okay, Marcus Pickens. Do you have better success in the managing trucking than compared to brokering? Okay, so Mr. Pickens, please don't take this the wrong way. Please don't take this the wrong way. I was successful in both. It's not too many things that I do that I don't have success in. And the reason why is because of my work ethic, So I was really successful. Like, there's no way I would have brokered all the years that I brokered if I wasn't successful. My management company, I wouldn't have the management company if I wasn't successful. If something doesn't work for me, I drop it and I move on to something that does work. So I would say my success was in both. You know what I'm saying? And, one of the huge things about this industry is you build so many relationships. I'm telling you, like, the relationships that you build in this industry, don't burn bridges. I get people like with these attitudes And I'm just like, this is not an industry to have a negative attitude in. And a lot of people come through with these negative attitudes and this and that. This is an industry that can take you so many places around the world and things like that. Staying positive, you know what I'm saying? Whatever your niche is, getting out there and being able to do it, you know, and sell it. But just to answer your question, I had success like in both areas. Do you offer trainings to become a dispatcher? I want to get into the industry, but I have no experience. Very good, Joy. Most of the people that come through my classes have never been in the industry before. You know, it's ground zero. I always tell my story of not even knowing what a pallet was, you know, and my ex-husband took me to Walmart, showed me what a pallet was. And I remember crying like, I don't know, I can't do this stuff and this and that, and figuring it out. So yeah, I offer training. The training classes, if we're going to be in one of your cities, let me know. If you're in Georgia, if you're in Texas, if you're in California, those are our 3 cities that we're hitting up right now, our major cities. Florida, my Florida training is all booked up. So sorry about that. But Georgia or Dallas, Texas, if not, we do online training. And it is a week long. Our dispatching training online is $1,000 and it's a week long, 2 hours an evening. And we show you how to dispatch. We show you how to run your company, everything that you need to do, that you need to know how to be able to be a successful dispatcher. I've had success from my classes, had some really, really good turnouts, good people, you know, that kind of came through, started their own dispatching companies and have dispatchers working up under them now, you know? So yeah. Lamb chop. Oh my God. I so love lamb chop. I love lamb chop. As a freight agent, how do you deal with shippers that do not pay on certain invoices? Woo! When you try to add other agents underneath you as the commission deducts affect the pay for the entire team? That's a strong question. That's a strong question. First of all, your question is, as a freight agent, how do you deal with shippers that do not pay on certain invoices when you're trying to add other agents? Okay, so them not paying, are you doing your own invoicing or is the brokerage doing the invoicing for you? Because I would think that your brokerage should be doing the invoicing. And if you're working as an agent, then the brokerage should be doing the invoicing. And is the brokerage doing credit checks? Are you doing credit checks before you're getting these shippers that aren't paying? I'll wait for you to respond. And if you're an agent, are you saying you're an agent and you're putting agents up under you? Or are you saying the brokerage, the people not paying is affecting everyone that's under the brokerage? The brokerage is doing the invoices, and yes, they are doing credit checks. Okay, so they're doing the invoices and they're doing credit checks. How long are the I just got a few questions. How long are the invoices not being paid? And then how many shippers is it that haven't paid? How many shippers is it that haven't paid? Like, that's weird. Also, how do you know that the shippers aren't paying? The brokerage is telling you that the shipper's not paying. Have you contacted the shippers yourself? 90 days. And how many shippers is it that aren't paying? Or total so far on a few invoices. What? That's crazy. Have you contacted all 4 of these shippers yourself? So it's 4 shippers that haven't paid for 90 days. That just seems weird. But have you tried to contact the shippers yourself, or are you taking for granted what the brokerage is telling you? Yes, I contacted the shippers myself. What is it, a specific industry? Are all of them in the same industry? And what are they saying when they don't pay? Mr. Rich says, sounds like the broker is taking advantage. Different industries. Okay. I'm just gonna, I don't, Mr. Lamb Chop. What are the shippers saying when you contact them? What are they saying why they're not paying the invoices? As you're answering that, I will tell you, yeah, I've been in brokering a long time, and I work on the truck side. My trucks, we broker with brokers, and we also have direct shippers that we deal with. I can probably count on my fingers the times that shippers haven't paid, and I deal with a lot of shippers. Let me see. Some do not want to pay the entire invoice due to being upset with the detention fees and other small related issues. Oh, okay. All right. So that's what they're telling you. So number one, detention fee. I think I would just waive the detention fee and just get the invoice paid. If there are small related issues, waive those small issues and get your invoices paid. Shippers, they don't like that kind of stuff. You know, the thing about it, when you're working with a shipper, so trucks are one thing, but when you're working with a direct shipper, that's your bread and butter, and you want to keep your shipper happy as a broker. You know what I'm saying? So in doing that, is you're losing more money fighting a little bitty battle. You know, because now you have a bad taste. They have a bad taste of you in their mouth, bad taste of the company in their mouth, or whatever. So they might not even give you any more shipments. Where if it's $150 detention fee that I had to pay to the carrier, if the shipper's telling me he's not going to pay it, okay, forget it. I'm going to pay it. Let me get your other load. I'll go ahead and take care of it because I want to stop moving loads for you. Another thing, as a broker, you have to make sure that you're charging enough money in the middle to make room for error. You know what I'm saying? So that's why you don't do $50 loads or $100 loads. You know, you want to make sure you get money in the middle because you never know when you're going to have to take a hit. It's impossible to be a broker and not take a hit. If it's a small issue like detention, taking the detention off, I can negotiate on my carrier side the detention. You know, you want 200, guess what, sweetie? I can only give you $100 on a detention. My shipper didn't approve it. If you don't take the 100, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, I'm going to take the 100. There you go, and wipe it out, because I don't want to lose this shipper account. I don't want to lose this shipper account because it's a big deal for me, you know? So if I were you, I would find out all four of them, what are the small little details, you know, and what can you wipe out on it? Also, also find out if the carriers have been paid, you know, if the carriers have been paid on the deal. But that's what I would do, because I wouldn't want to lose any shipper over any little small thing, you know, over a detention fee or anything else. You know, just go straight for whatever it is. You said these shippers agree to pay the fees via email and then they never pay. Take the fees off. That's what I would do. I would just waive the fees and keep going and take the hit. Excuse me, it might be hard to salvage the relationship now, but that's what I would do. Good, the carriers have been paid, good. But that's what I would do in the beginning, you know. But now it might be hard, or you can always call them, hey, John, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this. Also, don't speak to the shipper, speak to the accounting department. You know, I'm going to go ahead, take care of that. Can we go ahead and get this paid now? And what do you have moving next week that I can work on for you? Because I don't want this to stop our business together, period. You're welcome, Lamb Chop. Mr. Rich, shipper being a company loading the trucks. That's why you need to take training, Mr. Rich, so you'll know the terminology. We go over the terminology and training. Hey, Nancy. So yeah, so that's again, lamb chop, that's what I would do because you do not want to lose that shipper. You know, you work hard. If you have four shippers and if you have four shippers and you know you're moving stuff for them, you don't want to lose it. So I would just start trying to knock the fees out. And knocking the fees out means that it's going to come out of your commission. The brokerage should do a split with you. You know, most brokerages do a split. You know, if you got to take a $200 hit, most of the time they do profit and loss split. You know, if we do a 60-40 on the profit, we do a 60-40 on loss. But I don't know. Like, I don't know what brokerage you work for. I don't know if that's how they operate or what, you know, but maybe you try calling over to the brokerage, to the accounting. This is what I'm looking at doing and this and that. So you can get that stuff off of your table. You can get you some agents under your agency. I think that's a good route to go, you know, and get all that stuff off of you. And you can start moving loads for those shippers. I knew it had to be something because it's not normal. I'm going to say this again for people that are looking at getting in to the industry. It's not normal that shippers don't pay, you know, especially if you do a credit check. These guys that are shipping this product, guess what? They need trucks. You know what I'm saying? So they're not going to get bad credit and not pay people because they know it's going to hit their credit. The trucking community is small and, the trucking community is small. And so since the trucking community is small, they're, you know what I'm saying? They're going to pay, you know, that's what shippers, they pay, you know? So that's why I was like, well, wait a minute. If you do credit checks, people pay. It's not that they don't pay their bills. All my years, I can count on my fingers. People didn't pay, you know? Lamb chop. I just literally took over $1,700 on commission deducts from LTL and truckload. Now, LTL is a different story. You know, if you're looking at LTL lamb chop, make sure when you're booking your loads, you're booking them at the right classification. Because if a reclass could hit you hard, you know, if you're classing something at a class 70, the truck goes in and they reclass it at 85, then you'll take a hit. And no, of course, the shipper's not going to want to pay you on it. You know, if you're a broker that's classing their stuff out at 70 and they know their stuff's supposed to be at 85, they're going to keep giving you stuff, you know, but they're not going to want to pay. LTL is hard to get, you know, money out of on that end of it. So I would say if LTL is where you're taking your hit at, make sure that your classifications are right. Make sure that your weight is right. Make sure your commodity is right. Go back in, check your NMFC numbers. Make sure your NMFC numbers are right. I know for some of you guys, I'm speaking like French, right? But Lamb Chop knows what I'm talking about. Make sure double, triple check because, yeah, that's a lot of money. And it sounds like you got some reclasses in there and you got some reclasses and probably some reweighs and NMFC number rejects and all of that. You have to stay on top of your business. Even if you're working under a brokerage, you have to stay on top of your business. Hear me. You have to stay on top of your business, Lamb Chop. You have to go in there and make sure, you know, make sure everything is how it's supposed to be and it's legitimate. One of the things you can do too is ask your LTL clients to give you a BOL from a previous BOL. Go off of that previous BOL so you can make sure you're classing it right and it's the right NMFC number. Brokers and factoring to shippers. Carlos, what does that mean? Brokers and factoring to shippers. Okay. Lamb Chop. I class it correctly. It is just sometimes the carrier goes after the shipper for limited access delivery fees and some stuff that I have no control of. Okay. You're right. You're right. We're getting deep now. You're absolutely right. Make sure that your times, you know, your 4-hour windows are set and established, you know, because you're right. And then also, you know, some carriers on LTL are more strict than other carriers. If you notice that it's the same carrier, if it's Saia that's doing your extra charges, don't do Saia. Even if Saia is the cheapest one on that LTL list, don't go with Saia. Start going with Roadrunner. Like I had one LTL carrier. It was always, it was cheap, but I was always getting hit with damages. So I had to quit using them, you know, so I might have to pay more to use this company over here, but at least you're not going through that kind of stuff. So that's what I mean about stay in your business, analyze things and look at things. Anytime there's an issue like you just brought up, there is a deeper surface to it, and you need to find out what that is and to avoid it, because there's no way for random customers with good credit is just not going to pay their invoices. It's a reason behind it. Okay, thank you. Mr. Elliott, you got a whole bunch of questions. Take training, sir. You'll know what LTL is. You'll know the shippers are. You'll know all of this stuff. You won't be in La La Land. You'll know what we're talking about. You could probably even chime in a little bit. Anything else? Any other questions? Lamb Chop, thank you. I love questions like that. Like, I love deep questions like that. Are there any other questions? And I love helping people. You know, it's just kind of what I do. Anything else? Nancy is on here. We opened Nancy's brokerage a couple years ago, and she's out of California. And when I first started talking to Nancy, I'm telling Nancy, she used to be a pharmacy. She was working in a pharmacist, and now Nancy like works runs a whole trucking operation. Like, she's a truck girl. She's a truck girl like me. And so one weekend I went to Vegas and we like partied. We partied in Vegas. We were like talking truck stuff. And then we were partying and just had a good little time. And then the next thing I know, like, she's not a pharmacist anymore. She's like a full truck girl. So it's exciting. Like, it's exciting to transfer over, especially for girly girls. Like Nancy and I are like girly girls, makeup, lipstick, and everything. And I'm always amazed because people are like, what are you doing? I'm like, I own a trucking company, you know? So it's fun. Okay. And then Lamb Chop, perfect. Thank you so much. That really helped. Not a problem. Good luck to you, Lamb Chop. Are there any other questions at this time? Joy, I'm watching this delay, but yes, Philly Jersey tour. Philly Jersey tour. Okay, if I put it out there, y'all got to sign up. I'm just saying, if I say Philly Jersey, I just need some people to sign up. Atlanta, Dallas, and Florida have been so supportive and signing up and things like that, you know? So if I go to Philly or Jersey, or if I tell my team, okay, we're going to go up on the East Coast where all the snow is, more snow than we get here right here. So girls, get your boots ready. I got to have some people in class, you know, but I can work to get an East Coast put together. I just got to make sure we have a class for it, you know. California is coming along a little slow. Boss Chicks, yes, we are, Nancy. Yes. And Jessica, too. So Nancy has this sister, Jessica, who is just amazing as well. And they're both truck girls. They didn't start off as truck girls, but now they're truck girls. If you talk to me long enough, hang around me long enough, you'll be all in the whole truck world of things. Any other questions right now? Hey, Jessica! Hey, Jessica! Oh, I'm telling you guys, like, you meet some awesome people in this industry, like people you just, I don't know. I would get in the industry just for the people that I met. No one would have ever told me that I would be in communication with so many awesome, wonderful people, you know, since I've been in trucking. You know, I met some not good people. You know, I've had snakes, you know, come across my path, and every time they do, I exterminate them, you know, but that's the part of business. You know, you're going to have some bad people. You're going to have some people that smile in your face, and then you look up and they're trying to cut you in the back. And it's okay, because it's all a part of it. But the relationships, like with Jessica and Nancy, and, you know, that develop far from just business, but friendship, and, you know, going out to visit and to party together, like, that is huge. And I love this industry for that. Hey, Jess. Carlos, you said factoring shippers as a broker. Is it the same as truckers to brokers? Yes, sir. If you're a broker, you can get set up with a factoring company. So, you know, your money can flow. You know what I'm saying? Not all not all factoring companies deal with new brokers, though. A lot of them won't deal with the new broker. But yeah, you know, factoring companies are awesome. I'll do a section on factoring companies one time. Some people don't like them. I like them, especially for a new business. It allows your money to float and it allows you to build your business credit, you know, and that's huge. Any questions? Questions. As soon as I say I'm going to log out, somebody's going to start typing something up. So I just want to make sure before I say I'm going to log off. Nancy and Jessica were supposed to come here and go to the Rag A Club with me too, remember? But anyway, I thank you guys so much for listening. And if you're interested, we do online training. We're doing the Tour Elena right now. I charge $125 for consultation, a 30-minute consultation. Just book your consultation. Any questions that you have, I can answer, or we kind of go through and figure out what it is that you want to do, what direction you want to take, and things like that. My training does cost. I'm sorry, you know, it costs. The tour right now to participate in the tour is $2,500. However, we're doing with all the discounted rates that we're doing, you can pay $1,700 and get your dispatching training and your freight agent training combined. Our online training is $1,000 for dispatching, $1,500 for freight agent. Freight broker is $25. If you're looking at opening a freight brokerage firm, we do everything for you from start to finish. If you're looking at opening up a trucking company, we do everything from start to finish. We teach you everything you need to know, and we also give you your training. Oh, Nancy said your training is worth it. Jess and I learned so much from you. Thank you. Thank you, Nancy, and thank you, Jessica. So anyway, if you guys have any questions, let me know. Our email is tourelena@theekm.com, THEEKM.com, tourelena@THEEKM.com. I cannot tell you what direction to go. I can't tell you how much you can make with this or how much you can make with that, and I'm not going to. All the information that you want to know is on a year's worth of YouTube videos. If you shoot us an email, let it be that you just want to enroll. You know what I'm saying? Because we just, you know, we are busy, like so extremely busy around here. And I don't like to be rude and not be able to answer emails or questions and things like that. So that's why we have the YouTube platform, because it's free and you can just go on, look at the videos, fast forward. And I promise you, anything basic that you want to know about trucking is going to be in there. You're not going to have your terms and definitions and all of that stuff because that's something that is in training that costs. Anyway, I thank you guys very much. You guys have an awesome weekend. I got to go make sure these trucks are everybody's set up, you know, for their loads for the weekend. And thank you guys. Have a good weekend. Talk to you later. Let me put our phone number down here. If you want to sign up for anything, just shoot an email. We'll send you an invoice and you can make your payment and we will get you registered. All right. Thank you guys very much and have a good weekend. Bye.